It's the second leg of the semifinals between two Jamaican clubs as Cavalier plays host to Harbour. Cavalier with a 5-0 victory on the road in the first leg means that Harbour has quite the hill to climb in this second leg of the 2023 Concacaf Caribbean Cup semis. One team will walk out of here with a berth in the final, as well as a spot in the Concacaf Champions Cup, while the other will play in a third-place match in a winner-take-all contest for the Champions Cup berth. 83 degrees is our game time temperature, and just about ready to kick things off here between Harbour and Cavalier, two teams in the Jamaican Top Flight League. And you take a look at how this bracket sorts out. Mocha has a 1-0 advantage on the first leg over Robin Hood in the second semifinal. That will be played and concluded on Thursday. As I mentioned, the loser of these semifinal matches will get a third-place match in that winner-take-all contest. Cavalier with a 5-goal bulge will try to put the finishing touches on Harbour here tonight. But you never know in these tournaments, and two teams with a long lineage of history between them in Cavalier and Harbour. We'll dissect everything. We'll go through all the scenarios and talk about the history of these two clubs. What will it take for Harbour to get the job done tonight on the road against Cavalier? Well, Cavalier, not as much stress on their side. Pre-match festivities, the starting 11s, and the opening kickoff come your way when we return here in just a moment in the semifinals of the 2023 Concacaf Caribbean Cup. Pre-match festivities starting to wrap up here in the semifinals of the 2023 Concacaf Caribbean Cup. And two sides that have played 10 times in the last 4 seasons face off here this evening. And we take a look at the starting 11 for the home side in this second leg, and a team that has a 5-0 advantage in Cavalier FC. 0 changes from the first leg, and why would you after scoring 5 goals in the opening leg in a 5-0 victory? A goal in the 5th minute by Thomas, who is the tournament's leading goal scorer, and Calvin in the 12th minute had Cavalier off to the races with a 5-0 victory in the first leg, coached by Rudolph Speed. Cavalier looks to make it back to a Champions Cup. And the two captains in there, it is Kyle Ming of Cavalier FC. They'll be in the white uniforms today. Blue uniforms for Harbour View, and that's Oderlin Harding is the captain for Harbour View FC. Two Jamaican sides separated by just about 15 minutes on the southeastern portion of the Jamaican island. Harbour View on the other side, meanwhile, makes 4 changes to the starting 11, most notably in goal. The 19-year-old Anthony Bennett will get the start between the pipes, has made 28 starts in the last 2 years and started with the Jamaican U23s at Guatemala on July 2nd in the Concacaf group stage, and just about ready to kick things off here today. Harbour View needs 5 goals to make things interesting here today. And they need to score early and often in this one, as Cavalier has that 5-goal differential here in the second leg of this competition, with the inside track to returning to a Concacaf Champions Cup and getting to a final against either Mocha or Robin Hood. That will be settled on Thursday. Great night for action here in Jamaica. The whistle blows, and here we go to kick off the match. It is Harbour View and Cavalier in the 2023 Concacaf Caribbean Cup semifinals. It's the second leg, and an early start with a swinging shot. That whistle's wide, and if you're Harbour View, moments like that are exactly what you need. Abrupt goal scoring. And an early whistle forces Shaquille Bernard, or Bradford rather, to need some medical attention. Easy take that, and he got a piece of the right hand of Giovanni Lang. And Ludlow Bernard, the leader of this Harbour View side, can afford to use Shaquille Bradford 3 goals and an assist, and leads the team in shots so far with 17 of them. Bradford back to his feet, the 22-year-old. Spent the last 4 seasons with Waterhouse. This Caribbean Cup, the successor to the Caribbean Club Championship that was played from 1997 to 2022. 3 Jamaican sides won that tournament. Will another Jamaican side win it this season? Cavalier has been the best team top to bottom all tournament long. They have been almost impenetrable. 4 goals allowed through their first 5 matches, but they've also scored 16 times, so a good mix of goal scoring and defending. And all they know tonight is, even if they lost 4-0, they'd still go through thanks to their 5-0 obliteration of Harbour View in the opening leg. Here's an interception by Russell, trying to funnel it forward, and it trickles all the way back into the waiting hands of Anthony Bennett. These two sides have played so frequently against each other. There have been 20 meetings since the end of 2015. And the last 10 have gone heavily in favor of Cavalier. Only 1 Harbour View win since December of 2019. If Harbour View has aim of getting to the championship, they would need an early goal in this one, you would think. And a foul whistled will give Harbour View a fine chance. The Stars of the East will have their opportunity. Harbour Harborview getting through Group B, the number 2 team, despite a loss to Seabow in the final match of group stage play. Anjuma Johnson taking that foul, had 7 goals a season ago with Arnett Gardens. The finals and 3rd place matches will take place the last week of November and first week of December. The schedule will be determined after these matches wrap up this week. Harborview, 3 appearances in the Concacaf Champions Cup, most recently in 2008. Went to the quarterfinals against DC United. In fact, they've been to the quarterfinals twice, and both times they fell to DC United of the United States' MLS. 3 different players stand on top of this. Will it be Harding, or will it be somebody else? Indeed, it will not be Harding. And the shot right into the wall and all the way out. You could really argue that the pressure on Cavalier in this match, because for Harborview, nobody expects them to overcome a 5-goal differential. And if you're Cavalier, a goal tonight would certainly finish things off. Harborview probably needs 2 in the first half. That's what Cavalier had in the first leg. Overlapping run. Frazier taps it backwards, and it takes a bounce off of Harborview, out for a throw. Well, the odds stacked against Harborview. A couple goals early in this match could have things perhaps thinking in a different direction. Low-lining ball, intercepted. Flies a pass to the middle of the field. Fagan. That's good work here. Cavalier holding on to possession now. This ball will be a shot attempt, and no trouble that time from Anthony Bennett. Bennett in his 2nd professional season. Gets the nod here in this matchup. Asking for a foul is Bradford. He will not get one. Instead, Cavalier can make its maneuver forward. Well, despite the fact that Cavalier just needs to protect their 5-goal differential. Exact same starting 11, so no defensive changes made by Rudolph Speed. Kimo Jones for Harborview. Throws things backwards. Talbot. Cavalier will be more than content with having Harborview maintain possession in the middle of the yard. Jones now starting to funnel this ball forward. High arcing pass. It takes a couple bounces, and we're going to get a foul here on Andre Fagan. Barrels right into the Cavalier captain Kyle Ming, and that forces contact with Vino Bartlett. The 24-year-old goalkeeper from St. Lucia, who's also appeared in the Concacaf Nations League with St. Lucia during these international windows, asking for a few extra seconds here. Cavalier inflicted damage there with Ming and Bartlett. Vino Bartlett ready to take this free kick. 7th minute, scoreless so far. Cavalier had scored by this point in the first leg when Shanil Thomas added his tournament-leading 8th goal. Make it 1-0, and it was all Cavalier from that point forward. 3 second-half goals. Bouncing ball allows the run to continue from Ainsworth. Ainsworth through the middle. Bennett gets just enough of a piece to get the ball away. Fine work by the 19-year-old. Not done yet, though, as Cavalier. Russell feeds it, tries to get it back, bangs it off of his boot, out for a goal kick. Bennett, a timely decision on that last ball. Had to get that piece right, otherwise he was going to be under a great deal of pressure. Jones and Trey Bennett. Harborview actually outshot Cavalier in the first leg. 14-9, they had 8 shots on target, but could not quite finish against this Cavalier side. They had some really good chances when you look back at that match. Here's this ball funneled forward. Russell tries to angle it back in harm's way for Chanel Thomas, but Anthony Bennett again strong. There's some chances where Harborview could have made that match close early in the first half as well as at the start of the second. Well, Bartlett always had the denial. Jones plays it back. Angling into the 18 and backpedaling to grab it is Bartlett. 17 career appearances with his home country of St. Lucia. Back into the attack goes Cavalier. They have been so strong in the attack. This shot won't force much from Anthony Bennett at the end of it all, wearing the purple. But Bennett having a conversation with his club that you can hear through the microphones, asking his group to be a little bit more aggressive in the attack. 10th minute, scoreless. Cavalier and Harborview, second leg of the 2023 Caribbean Cup semifinals. Cavalier 5, Harborview 0 on aggregate so far. The winner goes through to the final, faces off against Mocha or Robin Hood. The loser goes to a winner-take-all third place play-in match that will get the final piece of the 2024 Champions Cup. A reset here. Bartlett prepared. Chemo Jones studies. See how his research pays off. Jones twists one in. Comes loose inside of the box. That ball pinged away. Anytime that a ball goes inside of the 18, Harborview will be asking for any help. Bartlett this time denies as Bradford pummel the ball in. 0-0 between Cavalier and Harborview in the second leg. Expect Harborview to be very attacking. And Cavalier to be more than content with defending, and another foul whistled. These fouls might start adding up for Cavalier, certainly something that they have to keep in the back of their head. Don't want to put themselves in any positions where they're down a man at any point, or with players hovering on yellows. Here it is again. Bradford hustling after it. And a foul on Dwayne Allen. Seen Priestley, 22-year-old Harborview team that is very youthful. Priestley fires. Cavalier gets to that opening ball and able to ignite the attack after winning that first one. Bennett pounces away from one man. Now forced under pressure by Russell. Jones slings one in, comes loose, back post, twisting shot, wide. Excellent opportunity from Harborview, but denied this time around. That's exactly what you want. This one was from Brackenridge. After a ball wound up on his feet, hit it well, but going near post. Bartlett always had it covered. Has to be a confident start if you're Harborview. Seen good looks inside of the 18. Cavalier finds space. Angling header, covered by Bennett. Bennett uses his arm this time to fly it out to midfield. Ray Bennett sends it backwards. And now a reset here for Harborview. The 5 goals scored by Cavalier was the most scored by either side in this series all time. Harborview had a 4-0 win in 2012. That was the prior high. Most goals scored by Cavalier, obviously, in the series. Jones falls down, gets back up. Jones glides past one, but that one is the man that fouls him, Chenille Thomas. And yet again, an opportunity here for Harborview in a seemingly dangerous area. And the questions to be asked. There's a look at the foul from Thomas. And the free kick from Jones. Swings one in. Pinged back out. Second ball opportunity here for Harborview. Back post, this one goes. Bounce down, Bartlett controls it. Bradford came in late. Anglin came all the way in on the back post. The flag stayed down. Second time Bartlett's been down. Here it is again. Onside, clearly. And Bartlett made that one look rather easy. Bradford was coming in, hoping for a juicier rebound. Bartlett needing medical assistance for the second time. Yet again, running into a player. This time it's of the opposition. Harborview have not scored in 301 minutes in running, entering the match. Last time they scored was March, also their last victory. It was a 59th minute game winner from Staple, and a 2-1 win in this facility. Here's Sabina Park Stadium. Early shot count, 4-3 in favor of Harborview. Two teams, you can almost walk to their respective facilities if you're ambitious enough. It's about a 15-minute drive under good traffic conditions. Harborview right on the coast. Cavalier slightly up, southeastern portion. Attacking presence here from Johnson. And our first corner of the night coming from Harborview. Harding ready to go. He wants to take it quickly. And now will walk away as he sees that Jashawn Anglin, who spent a couple seasons in the United States with Miami FC, a 22-year-old back for his 4th season with Harborview.
Watch 190 for the keeper. Watch number 18.
There's our official, Shavin Green from Guyana. Blows his whistle. Corner kick boomerangs to the top of the 18. Again, a nice chance. And a second opportunity from Johnson at the top of the box. Over everything. Space and time for Harborview early. Excellently taken corner. Priestley headed that ball. And ultimately ends up out of play. If you're Harborview, you like the aggression that you've had early. Hasn't paid off in a goal, however. 5-0, 2-0, and 1-0 losses in the last 3 meetings with Cavalier. These games typically low scoring. In the last 10, only 5 have featured multiple goals from one side. None have featured multiple goals from both. In fact, in the last 20, both teams have not scored multiple goals in the same match. Excellent weave right there. Thomas, slightly behind his back, couldn't quite gain control. Good work through the midfield here. Watson lays it forward. Now to the wide right, Kyle Ming. Chips it along, Lang falls to the ground. No foul whistled, despite his request. Now Bennett stumbles, slings it backwards. Priestley. Harborview will walk it forward. Much more patient because of the defensive shape that Cavaliers trotting out there right now. That pass errant and out. 20th minute of play. Scoreless between Cavalier and Harborview in leg number 2 of the 2023 Concacaf Caribbean Cup semifinals. Cavalier with 5 goals in the opening leg. Thomas, Calvin, an own goal. Lang and Allen all scoring for Cavalier. One of the 3 precious tickets from the Concacaf to the Concacaf Champions Cup on the line. If Cavalier holds, they will have that ticket for the first time. Poise the name of the game here for Harborview. Looking to thread the needle. Unable to do so, but a second chance. Jones evades one. Jones shooting. It's an off of a blockade. Second chance. Sparklet covers that one. Anglin taking one from outside of the 18-yard box here. Passing second. Cavalier feeling more and more confident. Harborview starting to sense a little bit of that stress and pressure. Good performance though tonight. Could very well lead to a solid performance against either Mocha or Robin Hood in the 3rd place legs. Here comes the attack now from Cavalier. Wait on it, Ainsworth. Ainsworth looking for some alleviation. Cavalier to get the throw. It's been a great 2023 calendar year. 22 wins out of the 33 matches played for Cavalier. They've only lost 5 times. And at home, they've won 6 in a row. And the last team to win here was Harborview back in March. 8 straight unbeaten for Cavalier. Long ball, Thomas giving chase. Shielded, however, by Priestley. Anthony Bennett. No question about it. He's a vocal goalkeeper. You just see, though, from Cavalier, it's a very tight, compact 2 lines in the back. Not eager to send men forward. This pass is intercepted. Thomas bounces it off of the defender. And now a little slip shot in the passing, and it's a foul. Talbot is called, despite the fact that he was trying to get the ball away. Here it is again. It's all because of the pressure of Orlando Russell, forcing Talbot to make a choice quicker than he would have liked. And he's called for a foul, and Harborview certainly would not like that. And it's a dynamic opportunity here at a free kick. dangerous location. Cavalier can score from here. Appears as if it'll be a left foot of Goodale Irving. And he's going to be ready to strike this ball. He's going to measure. It is Irving. A couple strides here. Irving shoots. Bennett punches. Still dangerous. Bennett back to it. And a foul whistled. Not bad, though, from Irving to put that one on target. But in the end, Bennett was in the right position despite giving up a juicy rebound. So a mistake from Harborview doesn't come back to hurt them. 25th minute now. And if you're Harborview, the script has not quite gone your direction. Will floodgates open tonight if they can score? Going on 325 minutes without a goal against Cavalier. In a pocket of space, Bennett turns. Doesn't work out. Bradford stumbles. There's a foul behind the plate. They will let this play on, however. This takes a deflection. Trickles to this side. And a restart. Anglin. Priestley punches it left, charging forward Johnson, getting an overlapping run, brought down, slipping, and because of that slip, he forces that ball away, and it's kept in play by Cavalier to get this ball out of here. Instead of a corner, the attack glides forward. Two sides that have already played 4 times in 2023. 3 have been clean sheets. Check that, 5 times in 2023. This one the 5th. Johnson doesn't quite get it taken away. Fagan turns it back. A spot in the Caribbean Cup final on the line, and Cavalier in better and better shape with time going on, leading 5-0 on aggregate so far. Talbot debating. Cavalier defending. Very few seams to find right now. Harborview have only scored 6 times in this tournament. They would almost need to match that to get through to the final. Harding punches it forward, running into some space now. The pass for Thomas, slightly out of his reach. Talbot intercepts. Bennett, poor pass. Thomas takes over. Thomas under pressure, and it's a corner. Bennett had been so sturdy. So many right decisions from Bennett in this match. But that pass nearly cost Harborview a goal. And now a corner here for Cavalier. Christopher Ainsworth with a slow saunter. One of the 2 teenagers in the starting 11 for Cavalier tonight. Same starting 11 as the first leg. It's going to be a left-footed ball coming in. High arcing, bender back post. Bennett steps right in front of Lang to catch it. He wants to go quickly. There's nobody running in that direction. Now a low-lining laser. Bounces away from harm. If you're Cavalier, it can ignite another attack. Finds space for Ainsworth. Ainsworth gets back to the left foot. Twirls one all the way around. And out, it's a goal kick. Harborview had 8 shots on target, had 63% of the possession in the first leg. But did not score and gave up 5. One of their own doing. Jones comes back to the middle. Trying to break these lines down. Bradford tries to get to the second ball. Instead, Fagan is fouled. And a free kick coming for Harborview. Who wants to wind up this time for the Stars of the East? Bradford looks like he wants it. Johnson standing next to him. And now Harding in there as well, but it is Bradford, and again, for the second time in almost an identical location on a free kick, the wall provides an impediment. Bradford again. Gets past 2, but not a third, and then commits a foul, getting his hand up there. Second time in this match that his arms have flailed high, and this time he's going to earn himself a booking. First yellow card of this one. Comes a third of the way home. Another look at Bradford here. Getting the arm high to get into the face of Kyle Ming. Scoreless between Cavalier and Harborview. A third of the way through this one in the second leg of the Concacaf Caribbean Cup semifinals. Cavalier leading 5-0 after a victory on Harborview's home turf just 7 days ago in the first leg. Harborview's low glimmer starting to shrink with every passing second. Michael Watchering and our broadcast crew watching this one with you here on this Tuesday evening. What is Halloween? Johnson chips it, takes a bounce, it's intercepted by Lang. Slipping to the ground on this pass, and it goes out of play. Harborview in desperate need of a goal. Harborview has lost 8 of its last 11. They've been shut out 5 times in that stretch. The reigning Jamaican Premier League winner. It was Cavalier that was the runner-up last season.
Hey, Fraser! Fraser! Pass the ball, I should get you!
This ball bounces. Thomas. He's on to possession. Where does this pass come from? It's the backside of a defender. Long ball sent into space. Very little opportunities in transition so far for Harborview. Bradford trying to change that, but nobody coming to support. Initially, at least. Johnson. Bradford once more. And now back into this low block for Cavalier. Making it very difficult for Harborview to find any space. Jones did so well to bring it down, but you can see the divot that he left right on the sideline. Otherwise, might have been promising there for Harborview. Well, it's a good spin. The ball goes out, and it's a throw incoming, despite Ainsworth going down. Anglin now for Harborview. Starting and stopping. Putting a run on the back post is Fagan. Not getting the pass, however. Harding brings it back out. Now here's a long shot, and yet again, Cavaliers been so good with blocking shots. 3 of them already. Actually, I guess 4 of them, including one off of a corner. 2 on free kicks, and now that one. Johnson brings it back. Anglin now stands on it. Anglin flips it. Bartlett comes out. He bobbles, and it has to be shoveled out of play by Lang. Not the most decisive decision there from Bartlett. Here's a long shot that once again will find a white jersey before getting into the 6. Now Fagan shoots. Always wide, however. That kind of first 35 minutes for Harborview. Speculative, probing, nearing the area, always close, but unable to find the accuracy and the pace to break this backside down. Cavalier. Touchdown of play, and a throw in coming for Harborview. Can they take it quickly? Can they find a way to expose Cavalier just a little bit? Obviously, with a 5-goal lead on aggregate right now from Cavalier, there's really no motivation for them to get a goal of any kind. 16-4 goal differential. They've scored in every contest so far in this tournament. They started with a 1-1 draw against Defense Force and have since rattled off 4 straight wins and scored multiple goals in each of those 4. Once again, Harborview finding ease through the middle of the field, but now pressure, and eventually a shot trickles wide. Cavalier more than content with giving space in the middle of the park. But once you get with about 25 to 30 yards, the resistance picks up. And that's the question for Harborview. Having to play more direct. Is there a way for them to find some of these passes through balls? Thomas comes back to play that one away for at least a moment, but Jones returns the favor. It's possession, the name of the game now. Talbot, the last man to touch it as it goes out. Throw in Cavalier. Last 20 meetings between these sides. 10 wins for Cavalier, 7 for Harborview, and 3 draws. Harborview have won just 1 time since December of 2019. And that was the March victory on this field. Last time as well that they scored. Putting up 2 in that match. The only time that they've scored multiple goals against Cavalier in the last 10 matchups. Bennett will watch that one out, so it's a goal kick. Ready to restart this one. It felt like for Harborview tonight, in order for them to get all the way back in this second leg, they would need at least 1 in the first 20 minutes or so. Try to open up the scoring. Certainly a first half goal will be critical at this point.
Got that on set early.
Space and time now, Harding. Johnson. These are the moments where Harborview needed. Now you can see that extra white jerseys join the defensive fray. It makes it more and more difficult to find seams. Trey Bennett, Bradford, always meeting a defender whenever he makes a turn. Fagan trying to bring that one down. It's handled well defensively, once again by Lang. Brackenridge, and a good chance early. Fine work here from Calvin. Calvin sprints. Team opening up a little bit. Calvin lofts one in. Bouncing down. Thomas! Bennett denies. Thomas once more. Twisting, turning. Passes it back in the long shot from Calvin. Deflects out. Corner kick coming. Thomas nearly had a chance at a breakthrough. Take a look at this. Was able to get it down. Bennett with such a strong save. Bennett doing his part. Covering the post right now. And once again, Ainsworth will take his time to get to the corner flag. Last year's champion, Violet of Haiti, is out. Seabow, the runner-up, losing 4-3 in PKs. Beat Harborview, but couldn't get out of the group stage to the knockout rounds. Once again, David Green running to an extra lecture. And we're down to the final 5 minutes of the first half. Ainsworth pings it in. Harborview the first team to it. Ainsworth retreats. Ainsworth skies the ball into the box. Bennett grabs it, wants to go quickly on the counter. Fagan, though, unable to keep it in. I think he was expecting the ball to go up more towards the middle of the field rather than towards the sideline. Was unable to get over in time. Harborview having to go through some of the better sides in the history of this tournament overall. A draw against Pantoja in the second match. Pantoja, the last Dominican team to win the Caribbean Club Championship. That was back in 2018. Robin Hood, who, as I mentioned in the other semifinal, trails 1-0 to Mocha. Second leg coming up on Thursday night, same time as tonight's kickoff, 8 p.m. Eastern. And then Seabow, last year's runner-up, and now Cavalier. It looks like they are well on their way to reaching the final, leading 5-0 on aggregate, despite this match being 0-0. 42nd minute. A spot in the finals, as well as the Concacaf Champions Cup on the line, and Cavalier with the inside track. If this match holds, Harborview would go to the third place matches. And the winner of that third place, winner take all, will get the final ticket to the Champions Cup out of this Caribbean Cup. For the arm of Harding goes out. Goal kick for Cavalier. Harborview in 2008 1-1 against DC United in the first leg, but then a 5-0 loss to DC United, who would lose to Pachuca in the semifinals. The Mexican club would win the championship 3-2 on aggregate over the Costa Rican side, Saprissa. 5-0, a number that has not been friendly of Harborview. That's at least a result that they would need tonight. Foul whistled. Calvin. So much youth, so many young, talented players on the field. Nobody older than 24 for Cavalier. Fagan's 36 for Harborview. He's the senior statesman. A couple other in their upper 20s, as well as a couple teenagers for Harborview. 2 more minutes, plus any stoppage time remains in the first half. The last 3 matches between these sides have been Cavalier clean sheet wins. Clean sheets intact for both sides right now. It doesn't help Harborview, though, unless they can score 5. Priestley can't keep the ball in play, and perhaps some reality setting in for this Harborview group, understanding the challenges that they are facing at this point. Down by 5 goals to 0 on aggregate right now. What changes will these managers make at halftime? Not in the midst of their league seasons yet. You want to see anybody leading up to the regular season? As I mentioned, youthful groups. There's several teenagers on the Harborview bench, similar to what Cavalier has available. Why not give those players a try out in the second half of this one? Who makes the first move will be the question. A collision that ultimately leads to a Harborview throw. I think Bennett might have taken the worst of that. The 24-year-old running right into Orlando Russell. But instead it's a throw. And is there some late magic in Harborview's boots in this first half of the 2023 Concacaf Caribbean Cup? No foul whistled. Priestley drifts it over. Brackenridge. Harding sends it back. 2 minutes of stoppage time here in this first half. Plenty of time for Harborview to get a little bit of a heartbeat moving into the second half. Harding. Here's a lofting pass in, intercepted by Lang. And now Johnson watches the ball sent all the way back to the middle of the park. Anthony Bennett comes out. Why not at this point come out to midfield to add to the attack perhaps? Good poise and patience from Cavalier, but they give the ball away. Bennett. Anglin too heavy on his touch, can't control. Body's pushing and shoving. Now Thomas draws the foul, putting an end to that surge from Cavalier. Midway through stoppage time and a booking shown as well. Second man for Harborview to go in the books. This time it's Kasim Priestley. As you take a look at him, basically bear hugging Thomas. Irving. Back. Irving might have had the best chance for Cavalier on a set piece when he shot one that Bennett punched away. Thomas as well. You can argue that Cavalier's been closer to opening the scoring column in this one than Harborview has. Well, they say that it's a throw, and it's Harborview hustling forward. Bradford. Lang steps over, intercepts it. That was shaky moments there from Cavalier. Thomas glides it forward, running into space. And the flag up for offside is Russell. I thought that throw was going to go to Cavalier, but it went to Harborview. And they nearly had a first half breakthrough, but instead it is scoreless at halftime between these two Jamaican sides in the 2023 Concacaf Caribbean Cup. No score between Cavalier and Harborview. Step out for a quick break. First half highlights come your way when we come back.
first match of the grand sponsor of the 2023 Concacaf Caribbean Cup. Because football inspires faith and transforms future. Visit www.scotiabank.com/FC to learn more about our football initiatives. And Qatar Airways is delighted to announce that it is the official airline partner of the Concacaf Caribbean Cup and has the world's best airlines where we know our award-winning services and its fancy global network. Currently offering flights to over 150 destinations, including America, Europe, Africa, Asia Pacific, and more. Get complete coverage of the Concacaf Ultimate Club football competition. The official Concacaf app brings you all the football action, including new live statistics, match highlights, top saves, plays, and key moments like this dramatic match. Save 4 matches on Concacaf event, all within the app. The app is available for download on Apple and Android devices. Love our Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back the Cavalier FC and Harbour FC.
Nil-nil between these two sides. Second half underway here between Harborview and Cavalier. One halftime change. Ronaldo Robinson replaces Orlando Russell in the 11 for Cavalier. That's the only sub made by either side. Can Harborview overcome a 5-goal deficit here in this second half? With Cavalier needing just 45 minutes of clean football to see this one out and advance to the Caribbean Cup final. With our broadcast crew here in Kingston, Jamaica, and Sabina Park Stadium, I'm Michael Wattrang. Great to have you on board. Come in and stay a while here in this second half of play as Harborview and Cavalier scoreless. 5-0 Cavalier in the first leg. They led 2-0 at halftime, scored 3 times in the second half to all but put this match away. But on Halloween, will it be a nightmare for Cavalier, or will Harborview get tricked? These two teams have met 20 times in the last 8 years. Cavaliers won 6 of the last 10 and are unbeaten in 9 of those 10. Just 1 win, but that came in March for Harborview on this field. Sent right back where the ball initially came from. Anglin tries to get up to it. Fagan. Anglin, touching, swinging, Harding, runs into some trouble. It's brought out of there by Calvin. Cavalier very defensive in that first half. Didn't prevent them from taking 6 shots, all on target in the opening 45. 10 from Harborview, 5 on target in that first half. Mocha leads Robin Hood 1-0 after the first leg. Leg number 2 comes your way Thursday. And then the championship legs and third place matches will come your way the last week of November, first week of December. Spinning, bouncing, pinging, Priestley. Back to Bennett, who had those 6 saves in the first half. Really strong performance from the 19-year-old goalkeeper, but now his pass intercepted. Frazier bounces it off one defender. Gets it back for Calvin. Calvin prancing. This ball will be sent all the way into the air, and Bennett no troubles here. Has always been quick to use that arm to try to reset things, but nobody available this time around. Forced to rocket a ball out. Thomas, the tournament's leading goal scorer. Pushes it back. Choice to be made here, and the pass speeds out to this sideline. Frazier again holds on to it. Basically playing keep away now. Watson. Frazier comes all the way backwards. Lang had a great first half, denied that chance from Bradford in the waning seconds of the first half. That would have given Harborview quite the amount of confidence going into the second. Bennett intercepts. Bradford far away from goal. Passes it forward. Fagan turns. Now Jones with a key role in the attack from his right wing back position in that first half. Priestley chops it along. Harding gallops past the extra defender. Slings it all the way in. Bradford trying to turn. Comes back out. And it's a speculative curling shot that finds the bleachers from England. Another glance at it. This has been a bit of the story for Harborview. When they found space, it's been outside of the 18-yard box. They haven't been able to hit frame as frequently as they would like from that distance. Foul is going to be whistled here as Calvin takes a tumble. No, check that, no foul. Bradford instead cuts it back. Anglin, another block. Bradford pounds it over everything. And a goal kick, and Cavalier beyond frustrated. A near gift for Harborview. Those are the moments when you're down 5-0 aggregate, you have to score. You can see the reaction of Calvin. Everybody thought it was Cavalier's possession. And Bradford can't even put that one on target. There's been at least 5 shot blocks inside of the 18 by Cavalier's back line. They have stymied every chance that Harborview has been able to get inside of the box. That is now twice, spanning the half of about 5 minutes of playing time, that there has been an indecisive decision that Cavalier has not agreed with and nearly been caught looking in the wrong direction. And if Harborview were able to capitalize on those 2 chances, who knows what this match could be for the final 40 minutes, but they still have been unable to find the goal. It's now going on 350 minutes in the last 3.5 games. For Harborview without a goal against Cavalier since that 2-1 win on March 26th, when Staple won it in the 59th minute, 2-1. Harborview have been to 3 Champions Cups, twice to a quarterfinal. Both times being ousted by DC United when they reached the quarterfinal. The only other appearance came back in 1987. A first-round loss that season. Cavalier, meanwhile, have their hand right on the pulse. 1 foot into the final. Cavalier has been so dominant. After a 1-1 draw at Defense Force, 4 straight wins, 15 goals to 3 in that 4-match winning streak. Harborview to throw. Brackenridge tosses. The header goes in the wrong direction, but Marklet retreats, recovers. Bradford will force him to pick it up. That pass knocked out, pushed backwards. Anglin. His pass intercepted. Calvin is it along. Twisting and turning Ronaldo Robinson, halftime sub. Sprints. His pass, well too much on it. Jones decides to keep it in play. Now, can Harborview take advantage of Cavalier being stretched just a little bit? And the answer, no. As Cavalier able to get back and cover all the passing angles forward and forcing Harborview to build this one up. That has really been the message for Cavalier in this game. They've looked for goals, haven't necessarily completely parked the bus. Bennett bends it away. Brackenridge keeps it in and eventually bounces off of the body of Robinson. Pretty good hustle right there by Frazier. Or check that by Harding. But Cavalier has been steady in their approach. No long passes that find empty space. It has all been a lengthy build-up for Harborview just to try to get the ball close to the box. And that pass eludes the space of Trey Bennett. But given right back, Jones. Now perhaps a chance for Harborview. Jones glides one in. Over everybody though, Lang watches it out. Goal kick for Cavalier. Lang spikes it out to the middle of the yard. Now a turn and a trot. Bennett lays it off for Jones. Jones cannot beat Ainsworth to it. Ainsworth shields, and a foul whistled as Jones gets a handful of the jersey. Another foul whistled. Jones in there, but I think it's Johnson that gets the call. Jones has some additional words after the fact, as does Priestley. Priestley has a yellow, as does Shaquille Bradford for Harborview. Any chance that they would have of overcoming a 5-0 deficit after the first leg go by the wayside if a second yellow were picked up. Revamped format of the Caribbean Cup. Successor to the Caribbean Club Championship that took place over the last 2.5 decades. Violet from Haiti was the champions back in 2022. Trinidad and Tobago, the most successful country, winning it 12 times in that 25-year span. Harding cycles a ball forward. It takes a bounce. Fired away. Johnson provides the pressure. Throw in coming. Ming, the captain, in the right position. Here comes the throw. Brackenridge will be in the right spot. Seen him throw the ball deep into the box. Didn't link up the last time that he had one from this side. Let's see what happens here. And again, cannot link up. Plenty of white jerseys there. Not completely cleared. Space for Anglin. Can't quite get the accuracy on the pass. This is fine work through the middle of the field. Calvin taps it to himself. And taken off the ball defensively by Brackenridge. Game plan has gone according to the side of Cavalier. Harborview haven't quite been able to find that opening goal, and the question would be, if they could score, could they open the floodgates? And perhaps that might be the case, having been shut out in 3 in a row against Cavalier. And scored in that frame, 8-0. A team that had lost 6 straight prior to the Caribbean Cup in Harborview. Shut out 5 times in the last 11. Haven't been able to score so far in this one. Anglin kept in play along that far sideline. Allen, who scored the punctuation mark in the 87th minute of the first leg, gets fouled. It was a 2-0 differential past the 1 hour mark of the first leg. Cavalier had the lead. Those final 3 goals after the own goal in the 64th minute seemingly put Harborview out of reach. Free kick here for Cavalier. Into the box it goes. Back to the top of the penalty box. Johnson slings it to this side. Rolling ball. Thomas grabs it. There is no foul. Thomas shuffles it in. Brackenridge forced to clear. Fagan tips it forward. Bradford tries to hold on to it, cannot do so. .30 minutes to go in this one. Cavalier and Harborview scoreless in the second leg after Cavalier won 5-0 in the first leg. And 30 minutes away from the Caribbean Cup final. And the first of 2 spots to be decided. Robin Hood and Mocha to play on Thursday. Cavalier looking for a goal in this one. Denied by Bennett with 3 jerseys in there. Now can Harborview take advantage of the space? With our broadcast crew, Michael Watring, great to have you on board tonight. And yet again, after every attack from Cavalier, the game seems to come to a complete halt. Here Fagan nods it down. Bradford didn't have the angle. Priestley wants it. Priestley shoots! And what a save there by Bartlett. It wasn't just the fact that he stopped it, it was the fact that it came dead to rights. Priestley, really good shot, really good area to put that ball in. But Bartlett so steady with yet another stop in this match. Confidence beaming from Cavalier at this point. They have been red hot. Cavalier won 4 consecutive matches since the Caribbean Cup opener. And at home, they're unbeaten in their last 8 since Harborview clipped them back in March. Only 5 times in 33 matches in 2023 have Cavalier stepped off the pitch without a win. The foul is going to be whistled. Or check that, it'll be a stoppage due to an injury. Another look. Priestley gets the hand up and hits Calvin in his head. Looks like they're stopping play because of Robinson. The only sub that's been used so far. Robinson, a former member of Harborview, 29 appearances over a 5-year window. There's the foul. There's the play behind. And 2 changes coming here for Harborview as they try to make something happen. Harborview running for Omar Thompson and Courtney Allen to come in. Megan and Trey Bennett come out.
Substitution for the Harbour team. They're coming in. Number 11, Omar Thompson.
Harborview's first 2 changes, banging the senior statesman on the pitch. 36 is done.
Also coming in, they're number 31.
Talbot. And again, laying in the right place. Funneled away. Cavalier such control defensively right now. Every decision that they make, always the right one. There have been no seams that have been busted. No paths that have been left unpaved by this defense. Harding pivots into space. Thompson in the middle there. Now Harding again. Yet again. Nothing but blockades. Stymieing any passing. Here's Thompson. Another shot block. Trickles towards the sideline. Ainsworth wins the race. Shovels it right into a dangerous spot. Anglin in. Lang clears. Cavalier gets it back out to midfield. And that pass too strong. Might have been the right idea. Harding appreciates it. 6th year with Harborview. Take another look at the shots. All in favor of Harborview. 14-6 in the match. All 4 in the second half have come from Harborview. Well, looks like maybe Robinson is going to have to come off of the field after his injury. Saying that it is indeed a head injury. You know these two sides know each other well. Separated by just 15 minutes. Here's if Cavalier is ready to bring in Cash Murray. Johnson, and now Allen. Allen bounces one in there. Now towards the sideline, once more Ainsworth. Under some pressure this time. Clears it away. Allen. Pushes it in. Thompson, back Allen. Allen trying to get a shot off. Once again, ran into a wall. Now Brackenridge. Well-timed slide tackle. Brackenridge. Harding. Was that a handball? No, it was not. In the eyes of Shavin Green. Harborview making the argument that it was, but they do not get the call.
Substitution for the Cavalier team.
Jerome McCleary comes in. Shamar Watson comes out.
Taken out. He's replaced by number 27, Jerome McCleary. Also come out with the Cavalier team, number 4, Shamar Watson.
And there is Ricochet Murray.
Ricochet Murray.
And Ronaldo Robinson coming out.
68 minutes.
Brackenridge takes a slow throw. Doesn't elect to go in all the way this time. Trying to be cheeky, has the ball sent away. Now lofted high into the air. Header won by Allen. He gets to the second ball as well. Cavalier unleashes things now. Fully into the counter. Jones steps up to stop it. Thompson eyes a teammate to the right, instead slings it back to the middle. Priestley studies. Priestley again, head up, sees nothing but white jerseys in front of him, providing no glimmers of space. Priestley again will have another chance at this. Priestley. Once again, another ricochet. So many times. Harborview in and around the 18. They're passing. Not able to get past a white jersey. No foul whistled, despite the fact that Thomas went down and remains down. '70th minute. Cavalier and Harborview scoreless in the second leg. And Cavalier well on its way. 5-0 win in the first leg. And barring a miraculous final 20 minutes, Cavalier will go on to the Caribbean Cup final and punch one of the 3 tickets to be awarded out of this tournament to the Champions Cup in 2024. Here's a long distance, high arcing ball. It goes wide. What's fascinating about these two teams is you take another look at this defensive play. That was the call that Harborview was asking for a handball, and upon a second glance, it looks like there's no question about it that that was a clean maneuver. But as it stands right now, it'd be Cavalier and Mocha in the final. Well, Cavalier beat Mocha 3-0 on September 19th in the group stage. And it would be Harborview and Robin Hood in the third place contest. And it was Harborview 3, Robin Hood 2 on September 27th. So if the result between Robin Hood and Mocha holds on Thursday, you'd have 2 sides from Jamaica that have already beaten the teams that they would play in the championship and the third place matches. But will that hold true? Well, the backup keeper for Cavalier is Kerry Hamilton, the 20-year-old, in his first season with Cavalier. And Bartlett, after receiving a little bit more medical attention, will be ready to go. A few times he's needed a little bit of an extra look. Harborview trying to salvage something out of this one. Harborview has been outscored in this tournament 10-6. In large part because of the 5-0 defeat that they suffered to Cavalier in the first leg of this semifinal. Johnson finds some real estate. Johnson once again denied on the access through the middle. Menacing run here. Johnson hitting the deck inside of the box with no foul. It's a fine slide tackle from Anglin, but Ainsworth poised and patient. Offside, the flag up this time. Calvin coming back into that position. Overall in this match, despite the high number of shots that is over 20 combined between these two sides, really the chances few and far between overall tonight. A lot of the chances for Harborview have been half chances outside of the box. Although they did have one at the end of the first half and one at the beginning of the second half to make something happen off of a miscommunicated throw-in. Both times, Day was rescued by a defender for Cavalier. Brackenridge, a Concacaf Caribbean Cup champion with Portmore in 2019. Will likely not have a chance to get one this year. Yet again, Johnson sees a shot blocked. And Cavalier has passed every test with flying colors from a defensive perspective in this match. Here we go. Blocks. Shovels away. Big wall has been built as a fortress inside of the 18-yard box. Harborview have not been able to thread any needles. Thompson shifts. Thompson gets one all the way through this time, but can't put it on target as it flies out with roughly 15 more minutes to go in this match. And that's one of the few times tonight where anything from around the penalty box has beaten all of the white jerseys in front. And Harborview ready to make another change. Anglin is coming out, and Sean Daly, the 21-year-old, is coming on.
Substitution for the Harbour team. They are coming out in the 7th. Jason Anglin. He is replacing player number 28. Sean Daly.
Very few corners have been had as well. Here's a shot once more, high and above everything. Johnson uncorking one. One Jamaican side will be into the final. On Thursday, it'll be Mocha from the Dominican Republic against Robin Hood from Suriname. Mocha 1-0 the better after the first leg. And now they make the return visit to Robin Hood on Thursday evening, 8 p.m. Eastern time, the kickoff of that one. It was Gustavo Ascona in the 30th minute for Mocha, proving to have the difference in that match, as Robin Hood recorded just 3 shots in the first leg. Priestley bends one, back post. A rare time when Harborview has won the initial ball, but Cavalier gets it away. I've not seen this side of the field in a while. Dangerous maneuver there. Bennett nearly makes a catastrophic mistake, and it's well handled by Talbot at the end of it all. Nearly a disaster. Calvin provides the pressure. Bennett had to come all the way out. And it's fortuitous. And Talbot was able to get that one away. Keeps the clean sheet intact at very least. Harborview haven't had a clean sheet against Cavalier since 2019. They've given up goals in 10 consecutive meetings, only one of which was a win, and that was earlier this season, 2-1 on March 26th. A 5-time Jamaican Premier League winners, first in nearly a decade. We'll be looking at a winner-take-all third-place matchup with either Mocha or Robin Hood. The top 2 goal scorers for Harborview are on the field right now. Bradford has 3, Omar Thompson has 2. They would need both of those players to match their tallies to force a penalty shootout, needing 5 goals in the final 11 minutes. Cavalier captain Kyle Ming walks off the field and likely will remain available for his side. The question is this a throw-in or is this a free kick? And it is a throw. Jaheim Frazier spent his last 3 seasons with Portmore United. 19-year-old. Has that ball hover along the chalk, and eventually it does go out. 80th minute, no score between Cavalier and Harborview in the second leg. Cavalier controlled the first, 5-0. And they are on their way to the Caribbean Cup final against either Mocha of the Dominican or Robin Hood of Suriname. That will be decided on Thursday. The loser of that matchup will get Harborview in the third-place match, and it will be a winner-take-all contest for a Champions Cup berth. Johnson pushes it forward. Allen. Did it take a bounce off of a Cavalier boot? I believe it did. Should be a corner. And indeed it is for Harborview. Looks like they want to go quick, or do they? No, they will elect to send Courtney Allen over in that direction. Allen will provide service. Harborview eyeing a goal. Low lining cross in. Headed out. Omar Thompson pushing the issue, but eventually giving the ball away. The second half sub, who scored twice in this tournament and played with Cavalier for 3 seasons, it's turned away. A stretch run we go here in this semifinal. And the dominance of Cavalier continues. A draw in their first match of the group stage, 4 straight wins following, and eyeing a 3rd clean sheet in the last 4 matchups. Johnson feeds it out wide. A sprinting start here for Harding. Harding versus Fields. It's Allen. Allen hustling to the top. Empty on the touch is Thompson. And now Calvin gets over to it, keeps it in play. Cannot beat Brackenridge, however. Cross comes in, looking for Bradford. Sent over to Allen. Allen. Space here for Thompson. Johnson finds real estate. Harding curls it around. High header. And it goes over the top of the crossbar, off the top of the net. Maybe some of the best moments right there from Harborview in this match, at least in terms of their build-up. But haven't been able to find a goal yet. And in danger of being shut out by Cavalier for the 4th consecutive meeting, as their scoreless drought against this Cavalier side is closing in on 390 minutes without a goal. Free kick coming. Nikoshe Murray subbed on 15 minutes ago. The 22-year-old, all of his years have been played with Cavalier. Fires it in, and it gets hit out wide. Laying the intended target. Thompson gave it a look. Lang instead pushes it down the sideline. It's quickly put back into play. Priestley. Here's Harding. Harding. Pass. Straight back. Another chance for Harding. Deflections have been a part of the game for Cavalier tonight. Getting a piece of nearly every pass. Here's Daly. Is able to keep it in along the touchline. Daly fires a pass over. Allen tracks onto it just outside of the box. Allen, left foot. There's another deflection. Falling down is Johnson with some help from Thomas. Free kick coming for Harborview. Here it is again. See the takedown. It was actually the infraction of Murray, not Thomas. Free kick coming. Harborview has a sub waiting. Doesn't look like they'll use it here. Sixth minute, the opportunity coming. Bartlett setting the stage. Who wants to take this for Harborview to try to get on the board? Several men stand on top of it. Omar Thompson, perhaps the most studious now. Johnson there as well, and Priestley. Whistle blows. Thompson able to beat the wall, but Bartlett buries it into the ground. What a performance it has been from Bartlett. Into the air this ball goes. High header. Thomas slings it away. Slid to midfield, but the flag up here, and this is where Harborview will use that sub. Ajuma Johnson gets replaced in the 11, and it is Garth Stewart trotting on, the 22-year-old who spent his entire career with Harborview so far, and the Stars of the East. Get another youngster out there. Does Harborview salvage anything out of this? Jones the target. Irving strides over, slides it away. Throw in for Harborview. How much stoppage time will we potentially get in this one as well? That'll be the question. into the middle of the field. The ball bounces away, headed forward. Thompson bounces high. Stewart watches that ball sent down the yard. 88th minute now. Lang evaporates that ball. Getting a little bit of an edge here. Ainsworth. Thomas turns it wide. Very few attacking moments in the second half for Cavalier. In fact, they've been held without a shot in the second half. Being outshot now 21-6 in the match. They've been outshot 35-15 in the two legs. But it has not mattered. 5-0, Cavalier leads on aggregate. 90 seconds plus stoppage time to go. Maybe it's Cavalier. That provides a bit of fireworks as a foul whistled on Stewart. Or Priestley, rather. Thomas goes down. Since last February, these teams have met 7 times entering tonight. This will be the 8th meeting in the span of 20 months. Everything has gone the way of Harbour View, or take that, of Cavalier, other than one that went Harbour View's way in March. And despite the fact that this looks like it might be the first time that Harbour View shuts out Cavalier in the last 11, Cavalier is eyeing a championship and adding a trophy to the case. A free kick, though, here could get Cavalier on the board and put a punctuation mark here on the semifinals. The top team out of Group A. Ready to go with this one. Bending cross, pings around, it's loose! And Lang just pushed it wide. He was onside, the flag was down. I don't think he expected that ball to find him. Always was going to be a tough angle, though. 2 minutes of added time here in the second half to put this one away. Giving chase, sending it back, chipping it away. And all this side needs to do is just finish this one out and put the finishing touches on this performance. Cavalier, with no drama, is going to be able to advance to the final and get a chance against either Mocha, the Dominican, or Robin Hood from Suriname. This ball bounces all the way through, eventually picked up. Priestley in the waning seconds here. Brings it all the way up the field, has it intercepted. Cavalier looking to make one final charge. Space, but slipping is Frazier. And now back the other way we go. Along this left-hand sideline, it's Thompson. Thompson chases it down. Thompson maneuvers past one, loses it on the second try, and then commits the foul. And then another whistle comes. Back to the keeper it goes, and Bennett. Will there be enough time for either of these teams to score a goal before this one closes out? Along this sideline it goes. It's brought down in space by Harding. Glides one in. Bartlett saves it. Right on the doorstep was Bradford. Bartlett, who's been so strong tonight, denies another goal-scoring chance. And it's right at the final whistle, preserving a clean sheet. Cavalier with its third in its last 4 matches, and Cavalier is on to the Champions Cup in the Caribbean Cup final. 5-0 on aggregate. The final score in full time tonight, Cavalier 0, Harborview 0, but Cavalier takes it 5-0 on aggregate thanks to a first leg road win 15 minutes from here. But the final tonight in Kingston, Jamaica, it is Cavalier 0 and Harborview 0. Championship match for Cavalier, third place for Harborview. Will it be Mocha of the Dominican or Robin Hood from Suriname to face these teams? The second leg will take place on Thursday, and we'll have all the action for you on these very networks. Thanks so much for tuning in. Cavalier is on to the final with a 0-0 draw in the second leg, but a 5-0 win on aggregate for our entire crew tonight. I'm Michael Watrink signing off. So long for now. Good night, everybody.
And because football is tomorrow's future and tomorrow's future. Visit